I declare bankruptcy!
Make these things so tight. What kind of car were they using as a basis to measure the width of garage doors? Because that's ridiculous.
Will you take part in my life, my love? That is my dream. I is what I dream. It's what you make it. Always try to give. Don't ever take it. You make it, always try to give, don't ever take it.
What's up, high rollers? Today, we're doing a little bit of a life hack. I'm gonna run you through how I basically got my Mustang at close to dealer price. I'm gonna jump right off the bat and say that what I'm about to discuss is specifically to Ford. It does not have anything to do with other car manufacturers, and my outcome was obviously specifically for this particular dealer that I got it from. I'm gonna run you through a good starting off point on how to negotiate when you're going in to buy a car from Ford. Number one, most Ford dealerships mark up the car by 7.75%. Whatever the price is that you see on the sticker, subtract 7.75%. And that is generally a rough idea of what they marked up before they put it on the lot. Secondly, almost all car manufacturers have what's called a holdback, and that is a reward directly from the car manufacturer, so in this case Ford, to the dealership for selling the car in general. So when a General Ford dealership sells a brand new car, they get 3% of the total cost of the car as basically a bonus for selling the vehicle to you. When a dealer comes to you and says, hey, if I knock 7.75% off, I make no money off the car, that is wrong. They're making a holdback, which is an additional 3% off of the sticker price. You can use that as a negotiating tactic by saying, my car is worth roughly $42,000, and so you can subtract 7.75% to get a rough idea of the base, and then you can subtract an additional 3% as a bonus or a holdback for selling it in general. Now, one particular thing to note is that a lot of the options that are added to the car are graduated in percentage of markup for the dealer. So instead of 7.75%, they might get 10% of all the options that are additional to the base, or 15%. I kind of just push that aside as a wash. I didn't really negotiate that when I purchased my car, but that is something to take into account, and that if you load your car up with a ton of options and max it out, they are making a little bit more than the 7.75% baseline markup off of what the car costs. Another really important point, each dealership is making, if you finance it through them, they're making a very small percentage, but they're still making a percentage off of interest that you're going to be paying on the purchase of the car as well. So it's not a lot, and they'll probably just say like, well, it's not much, you know, I'm not even going to negotiate that. But they are making money off of the finance deal as well that you can use in negotiation. So on my around $42,000 car, they had about $36,361 into the vehicle itself, and I was able to use that as a baseline negotiation. Depending on your dealership and what they have in it, if they got to get it from another dealership and bring it in, it's up to them. They can do whatever they want. But this should give you a basic idea of how to go into your local Ford dealership and begin a starting off point of negotiations. These are not guaranteed numbers and percentages for other car dealerships, for other car companies, especially foreign car companies. They're very different. They might just say like, no, that's not it at all. We're not going to do any of that. It's not even built into our pricing structure. I mean, Tesla has a killer way that they structure how you purchase their cars, and it's like buying a phone. Like, I get online and I choose what model I want, I choose what color I want, I choose the storage capacity I want, and I click order and I purchase it. They have the margins automatically built in to that business structure. There's no negotiating, and so it reduces the likelihood of being completely ripped off. Everything's out there on the table and in the know. So, I hope everybody's okay. That's 2 wrecks I've seen, literally in like the past 20 minutes. It's a bad day, man. Looks like everybody's okay though, so it's most important, I know. But as soon as that's okay and established, it sucks. If I'm totally wrong, let me know, because I would love to correct it in order to help more people purchase a vehicle and be informed, and hopefully we can create a community of people that can help each other purchase cars with the likelihood of being ripped off lowered overall. You gotta keep the car clean, man. I mean, come on. Actually, I'll jump into something here. If I'm not washing it at the house, I get a touch-free wash. Now, a lot of people probably disagree with me and say 2 things. 1, you should never take it to a car wash. That's fair. That's fair. I don't trust them either. 2, the touch-free is not doing a very good job. That's probably fair too. But here's what I'm uncomfortable with. When I take it to a normal wash and they got the roller sponges and they're spinning, they are probably getting more dirt and grime off the vehicle. However, they can't guarantee that the dude in front of me in the drywall guy with a bunch of drywall loaded in the back of his truck, and those sponges picked up a bunch of that drywall, and now they're just slapping my car with all this fiberglass, scratching the crap out of the clear coat. That don't work for me. I get the touch-free. You can't argue with touch-free, man. You just can't argue with it. It ain't touching your car. You can't blame him for anything. If I'm not washing my car at the house, this is the next best thing. So if you're curious, I wash my car generally with touch-free once or twice a week, and about once or twice a month, I wash it myself at the house.
A few moments later.
Appreciate you guys swinging by. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you hated the video, give it a thumbs down. Leave a comment as to why you hated it, what you want changed. And I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you guys in the next one.